So to begin with again a very warm good morning to all of you. And I, Dr. Kriti, on behalf of Lloyd Business School, welcome you all for this MDP, which is scheduled for today. That's on the topic brand mapping through Excel. That's Microsoft Excel, MS Excel. So Lloyd Business School has taken this initiative to organize the series of MDPs, Management Development Programs, with an intention and aim to spread knowledge, to spread the information related to the small, minute techniques which are practical and applicable in terms of industry usage. Lloyd Business School is an institution with a repute established in 2004. The business school is serving society by providing skilled, learned, and employable professionals. The group offer courses in law, pharmacy, and management. So Lloyd Business School is a part of Lloyd Group of institutions. So here I, on behalf of the whole Lloyd family, express my gratitude to you all for joining this session, and the session is more about the practicable application of the concepts. So I request you all that in case you have any queries, any concerns, then please note it down. We will discuss and take all the questions in the end. If the questions are related to any practical aspect when we will be discussing Excel, then I request you that you can just raise your hands so that parallelly we can resolve the issues, because in Excel, while we are performing the steps, there might be possible that some steps are not clear. So again, I'll keep asking you in case you have any questions, requesting you to raise your hands in the similar cases, right? So to start with, a brief about myself. I'm Dr. Kriti, working as an associate professor in Lloyd Business School. I'm associated with Lloyd from 2019. I have done my PhD in marketing. I've qualified UGC NECT exam, and prior to that, I'm a postgraduate in marketing. So I'm having a total experience of 11 years, again in teaching and research. The area of interest are always since beginning, it was marketing and research. Research, it is something which is inherited with marketing. You cannot do marketing practically without research. So the both of them joins together and moves together. So I have published more than 18 papers, majorly into the area of marketing itself, and attended and delivered conferences, workshop, FDPs, MDPs, that's somewhere more than 20, 24 in numbers. I'm certified in marketing and various specialization courses of marketing from IITs, and also done digital transformation metric course that is from Boston University. So that's a brief about me, the speaker for the day. Now let's start about the topic without wasting much time. Coming directly to the topic, that's brand mapping. What exactly the brand mapping is? So the two key words, brand and the mapping, these are something which we'll be talking about in today's session. It's important to understand the brand and the mapping to understand the topic first, understand the whole concept, what we'll be discussing. So brand is a kind of identification what we give to any product, XYZ anonymous product जिसके बारे में हमें कुछ नहीं पता. We don't know what kind of service, what kind of good, what kind of product is it. So once we give identity to it, it becomes a brand. And mapping is a kind of diagrammatical representation of the brand. So according to the definition given by AMA, that's American Marketing Association, a brand is a name, term, sign, symbol, or design, or a combination of them. Why we give this name, term, sign, symbol, or design? That is, again, intention is clearly to provide the identity to the goods and services. Basically, how it started, because the group of sellers wanted to differentiate their product from the competitors. They wanted to tell the consumer that yes, the product X, the brand X belongs to us, the brand Y belongs to another seller. So in this race of differentiating the product, the brand evolved. So as you can see, I'm sure you must have witnessed that in this definition, American Marketing Association, the brand is written with a small b. And here on screen, the two words are written, the brand with the capital B, the brand with the small b. right? So why this has been done, there is a purpose behind this. The brand with the capital B is the brand which is used for the practical aspects. For industry, brand is not only assigning name, term, sign, symbol. It is not only giving these fixtures to the product itself. It is not to create that identity only. For corporate, for industry, brand is about giving that reputation. Brand is about that promise. Brand is about that prestige which they want to give to the market with their name, right? So literal terms, maybe when we talk about, we call it कि ये तो brand है. So we are not talking in the terms of कि okay ये name है, term है, sign है, ये symbol है. We talk in the term of that yes, it is a product of repute. Now that is the intention of brand, what industry takes place, what industry considers into. So industry always use the brand with the capital B. And in academia, when it is about theoretical concept, when it is about understanding the conceptual part, it is the brand with the small b. I'm sure the difference is clear between the two terms. In practice, also, if you see some articles, if you see some kind of advertisement or some thing related to brand, you can note this difference. If it is in books, if it is in definition, it will be always the brand with the small b. But whenever it is from the industry side, it is always the brand with the capital B. That's to show the repute, the prestige of the organization. So, in simple terms, whenever we assign any kind of name, whether say it is Patanjali, whether it is some kind of logo which Nike gave, like swoosh, any kind of sign, symbol, or even jingle, we are attaching to a product for creating an identity of the product. That is the brand. And the whole process of creating this brand is called branding. Now the question arises why branding is required or why brand is required. So that's very much clear. It's there on the screen. Which one will you choose? So we have some water bottles which are anonymous, only the plastic bottles are there, and on another side we have Bisleri. So which one will you choose? May I have some answers? Somebody would like to just unmute and answer?
Ma'am, absolutely Bisleri because
Bisleri, ma'am.
it
Ma'am,
is something
Bisleri.
reputed.
Yeah,
Ma'am, Bisleri.
yeah. Thank
Ma'am,
you so much.
this lady, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So the answer is clear. Now, why this is happening? Why this answer is coming? Why this answer is coming? Because once we talk about this particular category, we have certain questions in mind. Questions related to trust, questions related to हम हमेशा ऐसे ही कोई भी हमें बॉटल मिलेगी हम हमेशा पूछेंगे कि ये पानी पीने का है, हम पी सकते हैं, is it fresh, these kind of questions will come. In this category there won't be any question. We'll just check that whether the seal is closed or not. In case it is closed, we can trust this particular product blindly. Now, this is the difference what brand creates, and this is why branding is required. The identification is required. Without any expressed format, whenever a product becomes a brand, it gives a certain kind of assurance. And we as consumer are now getting habitual of this assurance. We are now getting, adapt to this particular assurance that yes, it is a brand, it is assured, and that gives us a feeling of security. There are some other benefits of branding. One, it gives identification. Obviously, we get to know that which product is this. In case we want to go for repurchase, we can repurchase because we know the identity of the product, right? We will not go to the retail outlet and say or give the description that I went to your place and I purchased this product. We clearly know the product and we can just speak out that yes, this particular product is required. So that identification helps us in knowing what we are using and repurchasing also. Second, it fixes the responsibility. We know that in case something goes wrong, who is the one who will be responsible for this, whom to fix the responsibility. Again, it reduces risk because if it is a brand, it is coming with certain quality criterias, it is coming with certain assurance of a genuine product, and hence it reduces the risk. Further, it reduces our search cost also. because we don't need to find the products, new products, and experiment them. If we are buying a brand and we know that it's doing well, so next time also we'll purchase the same thing. We'll not keep looking for the product that yes, which product is right, which product should be used. Further, brand is always a promise. Brand is always an assurance that the product is right. You can trust on us and you can rely on us. And eventually, it creates a bond also. Like I always discuss in my branding sessions that hardly very few people must have thought of changing their brand of salt. If they're buying Tata salt from ages, they'll keep buying Tata salt, right? So that's a bond, that's a habit which becomes because of this promise, because of this trust. And again, it is a symbolic of quality, symbolic of assurance, symbolic of something good what we are using. So these are the few benefits of branding, or we can say these are the answers to the question that why branding is required. Moving ahead, a brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. So that's the statement by Jeff Bezos, and it itself says that why a brand is important. It is a reputation for the company. Now, again, you can observe here that it is a brand with the capital B. And this is something which is taken from the tweet uh, done by Jeff Bezos. So it is there on the Twitter, and then there you can observe that it is the B, capital B of the brand. So this is what the industry is taking it. It is a reputation. Moving ahead, coming quickly to the brand strategy. Brand strategy is what? It is created to develop a brand. See, we always prepare strategy. We always go for strategizing the things because we want to be planned one. We want to go with the planned approach. So brand strategies, again, it is created so that brand can be developed. So the strategy comprises of three main components. One, the brand positioning, another, the brand personality, and third, the brand execution. So when we talk about execution, it is all about practically implementing all the aspects like what we discussed, assigning name, sign, symbol, logo, whatever elements we have talked about branding, giving the practical aspect to those brands is the execution part. Now, execution is based on the brand personality. What is brand personality? We treat brand like a human being, right? We treat brand like a practical aspect, a living aspect, and we attach certain kind of personality to the product because we link our personalities with the brand, right? There are personalities attached that the brand is sophisticated, the brand is premium, the brand is unique, the brand is something which is, sophistication is there, simplicity is there, right? So elegance is there. Such kind of terminologies we use for brand. And why we do it? Because we relate our personalities with the brand personality, and somehow we have started believing that the kind of products what we are using is something which indicates our personality also. So this thing is getting connected, and that's why the brand personality has taken importance in terms of brand strategizing. So while strategizing, we think about that, yes, what kind of personality this brand is carrying. Then it comes to the brand position. So the position is to give a specific space, specific position of brand in the mind of consumers, in the mind of prospects. So that is to give place to the brand, again, in the eye of the users, in the eye of the prospects, even those who are not using, they should know something about brand. That's why we keep on repeating the advertisement, we keep on repeating the promotional aspects, because we want to position that brand in the mind, in the brains of consumers, right? So, moving ahead, talking a little more about the execution part, this is brand execution. This is how we do. We assign logo, we assign language, we assign sound, music, fragrances, taste, physical interface, color, font, taglines, shape, symbol, patterns. So, allocating all of them and using them practically, that is about brand execution, right? So I'm sure everybody is clear with the brand execution. Any doubts till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Fine. Moving ahead. Next, it comes to the brand positioning. I'm sure the brand promise, that brand personality part is clear. That is attaching some personalities to the brand, giving brand itself a personality. Right. So now what is the positioning? Again, as we have discussed a brief about it, brand positioning is to create position in the mind of prospects. Brand positioning is to create that space in the mind of prospects. Right. So positioning answers three main questions. What is unique about the brand? That is the first thing. Right. What is the unique selling proposition of your brand? Right, how you are unique, this particular answer is given through brand positioning. Second, what are the most compelling attributes about the brand? What are those features of the brand which kind of compels the customer about the brand, that yes, I want to buy this brand, I want to buy this particular product. Why I want to buy this particular product? Because of this particular feature. Right, I want to buy Nike because they are very much comfortable. Fine, I want to buy Nike because they are sporty. Yeah, I can see one hand. I guess there is a question.
Ma'am, basa,
Yes, what's up, please?
ma'am, brand position can be negative also, right?
Sorry, brand.
Ma'am, brand positioning always will be a positive. It is that any matter, it can be negative also.
See, if the product is meant for consistent usage, if the product is meant for long term usage, it will always be positive. Few of the industries where the intention is for one time purchase or one time fund generation, their negative positioning can be done. This is something which has recently got into the practice, right? But yes, in if we talk about the maximum positioning strategies, it is positive. We can say that
Okay.
yes, 95% of the efforts are towards positive, only 5% of the industry is there which go for negative positioning also, because it creates immediate demand. So when the intention is to create immediate demand rather than building a goodwill, rather than building a relationship, that is towards the negative side, right?
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
So that's a short term phase. Companies never want to go for a negative positioning for a longer duration because it impacts other related brands of the companies as well, right? So again, we were talking about the compelling attributes. So we were like that, what is that feature, what is that characteristic of the brand, because which insists us or which compels us that yes, I want to buy this product. Third, how the brand is different from the competitor from both emotional and functional level. So that's very important to understand that how we are different from the competitor. Again, why people are buying us and not our competitor. When we talk about functional level, it is about the performance part, and when we are talking about the emotional level, then it is about the connectivity, the bond, the promise, or any kind of emotional aspect attached to the brand with the people. So that recalls me a very wonderful case which we have recently seen during the COVID times. So during COVID times, since we all were at home, we all were, bound to be at home, not by the choice, but by the force. We've been through a complete emotional journey during that particular time period. So there was a particular tweet which was done by a person, a user, and in tweet they mentioned that yes, I miss my rola cola days, and the tweet was tagged to Parley. I hope you all know the Parley company. So what is it about? Rola cola was a cola flavored based candy what Parley used to offer in 90s. So the person said that I miss my rola cola days, or he insisted, the company Parley, that maybe have it back, maybe have it back from the from the company, maybe restart the product. And then the company, being generous, reverted that if they have 10,000 tweets on the same, they'll restart the product. The person started a thread for the same, retweets were there, and they received more than 10,000 tweets, and the company restarted the Rola Cola brand. It was 1st October, the product was restarted. So again, so that is something, the emotional phase, emotional connectivity of the product and the brand. And this is what companies desiring to. Parley, especially if we talk about Parley G, again, it is having a very strong emotional connect with the prospects, with the users. And when we talk about functional aspect, that is about completely about the practical part of functionality of performance of the brand. So companies are willing to understand that how the product is different from the competitors in terms of emotions, in terms of performance. So that is what the positioning is. One of the major strategy, brand strategy, what the companies are willing for. Our complete discussion will be on brand positioning itself during today's session. So next it comes to the brand mapping. Brand mapping is what? Mapping is the visual display of data that shows customers' perception of brand relative to their competition. So it is a kind of positioning only. What exactly your position is, that is reflected थ्रू ब्रांड मैपिंग. यू कैन से कि हम ब्रांड पोजिशनिंग जो करते हैं या हमें जो चेक करना है कि हमारी पोजीशन क्या है, वो हम चेक करते हैं रिसर्च के थ्रू, और उसको हम डायग्रामेटिकली ग्राफिकली रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं थ्रू ब्रांड मैपिंग. सो इट इज अ विजुअल डिस्प्ले ऑफ डेटा. राइट, कस्टमर हमारे बारे में क्या सोच रहे हैं, हमारे ब्रांड के बारे में, वेदर दे आर पॉजिटिव, दे आर इमोशनल, दे आर फंक्शनली इंक्लाइंड, they like the performance, they don't like the performance, whatever the aspect or the the perception part is, the positioning part is, that is reflected through the brand mapping. So that's a visual display of data. Now, why brand mapping is important? That's very important to understand, since we are going to learn that how to do brand mapping. So it's important to understand why this mapping is required, because it can provide us multitude information related to the customer, related to the markets, related to the competitors, information like identifying the perception of your individual brand as an individual brand, what people perceives of you, customer आपके बारे में क्या सोच रहे हैं, किस तरह से वो आपको perceive कर रहे हैं. We ourselves may believe that yes, my brand personality is prestigious, my brand is premium, बट आर थिंकिंग इज नॉट सफिशिएंट. हमारे सोचने से सारा काम नहीं हो जाएगा, बिकॉज व्हाट वी वांट इज द कंज्यूमर, consumers inclination, consumers positive perception. So it is important for consumer to feel the same way, it is important for customer to perceive the same way, take the personality in the similar way. जिस personality को हम reflect करना चाहते हैं, बताना चाहते हैं, वो उसी personality को समझे. And for that it is important for us to understand the brains, understand the perception, the thought process of the consumers. So again, mapping helps us in doing that. कैसे help करती है, that we'll be discussing further. Further, it helps in understanding how individual brand compares to the competition. Further, हमारे closest competitor कौन है, वो हमें बहुत बार mapping से पता चलता है. Again, we have our own assumptions. We think about कि okay, this particular company could be our direct competitor, but that's I have seen multiple times कि results बिल्कुल entirely different जाते हैं. जिनको हम अपना competitor समझ रहे हैं, exactly वो competitor नहीं होते. Even there are at times there are substitutes who come out as a major competitors, right? Then identify the biggest differentiating factor. That means what is that factor जो आपको बाकी product से अलग कर रहा है. Right. Over here, we are not talking about the company's perspective कि हम क्या सोच रहे हैं, हम अपना SWOT analysis कर रहे हैं और हम identify कर रहे हैं, okay, this is the biggest strength of mine. So it is not about us, what we are thinking. Now it is about the consumer. Right. From the consumer's point of view, differentiating factor क्या है? How we are different from the competitors. Right. Further, It identify the extent of negative as well as positive associations whenever we get associated with any secondary aspect. It could be any celebrity, it could be any company where we are merging, or it could be any small term tie up. Any kind of association if we are doing, तो उसका impact क्या आ रहा है, whether it is giving some positive impact or it is giving some negative impact. So again, up to what extent हमें उस एसोसिएशन को यूज करना है, और उस एक्सटेंट तक भी हमें कितना पॉजिटिव बेनिफिट मिल रहा है और कितना नेगेटिव मिल रहा है, दिस वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड थ्रू ब्रांड मैपिंग. Further, we can find the space where brands can move into. So there are certain white spaces which are blank, where there is a scope to grow, which we normally are unable to identify. But yes, brand mapping helps us in identifying those white spaces and helps us in understanding, okay, this is the particular part where we can enter and grow, and the scope for the brand. So that can also be identified through brand mapping. I'm sure that we are on same page. Until now, we are able to understand that what exactly the brand positioning is, what the brand mapping is, and how it is important. In case there are any questions till now, we can have it. Any queries from anybody's side? Okay, so I take it as no query. Let's move further. So this is how the things work. We have a product. From product, we become a brand. From brand, we want our brand to be remembered, to be positioned, right? Remember हम तभी करेंगे जब वो position ले चुके हैं consumer के mind में. So that's about the positioning. And positioning exact क्या है, that we can identify through maps. So this is how the four things are related, right? Now the important aspect comes, that how to create this map. Fine. So let's talk about it. There is a process which we follow. First, we'll discuss the theoretical part of this process, then we'll do it practically. Step one is to decide the objective of mapping. Step one is to decide the purpose. See, if we are doing this particular activity, we are doing it with an intention, right? It is important for us to understand that what is our intention, what is the purpose behind this. In case we are not clear about our objective, in case we are not clear about our purpose, so we ourselves will not be able to get or fetch the exact results. हमें पता ही नहीं हमें चाहिए क्या. So if we'll get also, then also we'll not be able to interpret the results in the right way. So it's very important in the initial step that we need to decide that what is our objective, what is the purpose of doing this particular mapping, brand mapping by the company. So the purpose could be any, it could be any gap analysis. We want to identify that what kind of products are there in the market and what kind of products are more required, or what is that particular need of the customer which is not yet fulfilled. So wo jo market ka gap hai, that is something which we need to understand, identify, and that's why we can do the mapping. Further, it could be any campaign which the company has recently run and they want to know that whether the campaign is successful or not. Further, it could be to understand the segments in a better way. So segments are the group of consumer who are buying the product. So again, we can tap our segments, we can work on them, we can take data from them, and through mapping, we can understand it in a better way. Then it comes to the ground reality. So we need to check the exact reality, the exact situation of ours. We have assumptions, we have our own cloud thinking that yes, we are this, we are that, but it's important to go for a ground reality also, to have a check also that whether we are what we think, or we are in a different phase. So mapping again helps us in doing this ground reality. Then tracking the changes. So that's more about trend change, that's more about where the market is going, where the consumer are directing towards. Like recently we can track the change that we get very much into organic products, herbal products. We become health conscious. We are choosing the products wisely because of the COVID virus. And if I talk about a little more duration than that, COVID के आने से थोड़ा टाइम पहले की मैं बात करूं तो we got a bit conscious about the climatic changes, the environment. So we got conscious about plastic, single use plastic. So these are the changes which are gradually taking place, और हम उनमें इतना comfortably change हो जाते हैं कि हमें पता ही नहीं चलता कि ये change आ गया. But for marketer it is important to witness that change. For marketer it is important to understand when the change started, so that right kind of product can be made available in the market at right time. Then it comes to the performance of new product. So if the company has launched a new product, they definitely want to check that how it is performing, whether the product is doing well in the market or not doing well in the market. So that performance can be checked through brand mapping. So we need to identify the objective of us. We need to understand the purpose why we are doing this. Then how to create map. There are three things जो हमें पहले करनी है before preparing this map. First, we need to narrow down the attributes. There are so many things which are attached to a product. It could be value. It could be value for money. Obviously, it could be the brand image. It could be the price. It could be the quality. It could be the variety of products. Right. It could be availability. Fine, it could be the communication part, the promotional aspect. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो एक ब्रांड के साथ एसोसिएटेड होती हैं. While preparing a mapping, since it's a very micro level technique, we cannot work on all the attributes at same point of time. It is one to one comparison. So we need to narrow down the attributes कि exactly कौन से attributes हैं जो हमें चेक करने हैं, जिस पे हमें काम करना है. Fine, we cannot go for having all the things done at one point of time in the technique, in the micro techniques, like the brand mapping, right? So for this again, what we need to understand कि हम जो भी attributes चेक करेंगे वो रिलेटेबल होने चाहिए, वो आपस में एसोसिएटेड होने चाहिए, तभी हम ये स्टडी कर पाएंगे. Next is the competitor study. So competitor studies, again, we have so many competitors. We have direct competitors also. We have indirect competitors also. We have players who are doing much well than our company, who are players which are doing not so well in comparison to our company, right? And again, we have direct competition also. So what we need to do over here is to go for a competitor study and identify the exact competition of ours. We need to identify the direct competition. Like, see, if we talk about automobile industry, we cannot compare Maruti Suzuki with BMW, though they are in the same industry. The one who is in need of four wheelers can go for BMW purchase also, or the person may have the situational aspect which induces him to buy a Maruti Suzuki, right? So हमें यहाँ पे ये समझना है who are our direct competitors जिनके साथ हम अपनी comparative study करना चाह रहे हैं. And then third, it is about market research. So market research could be the primary research, it could be on the basis of experience, or the market research could be secondary. In case you are going for a secondary study, it is very important for us to be assured about the source from where we are taking the information. It is very important because ample of information and data is available on Google. We cannot rely on each and every information. So we have to be very much sure that जो भी data हम ले रहे हैं वो हम कहाँ से ले रहे हैं, whether the source is reliable or not, whether we can use it in our study or not. In case of primary research, the data has to be collected by you. Again, at that time, you need to be ensured that you are taking data from right set of people. And then if it is your personal experience, then again, we need to understand that we are good in interpretation, we are good in observation, right? So the three broad steps which are actually the base of whole process: narrow down the attributes. So we'll narrow down the attributes and we'll go for one-on-one comparison. In competitor study, it is normally suggested that go for 4 to 6 competitors and then go for a comparative study. The companies normally go for 10 competitors also, but in that case just be sure that आप अपने direct competitors की ही बात कर रहे हैं, आप अपने close competitors की ही बात कर रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम कॉम्पिटिटिव स्टडी या ब्रांड मैपिंग में इस तरह के कंपैरिजंस नहीं करते कि मारुति सुजुकी और BMW का कंपैरिजन नहीं होता. इट यूजुअली हैपेंस. नॉर्मली कंपनीज जो है वो ओवरऑल इंडस्ट्री चेक करने के लिए करती हैं, बट दैट्स मेजरली डन बाय ईदर मार्केटिंग दिस मार्केटिंग रिसर्च ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस or the industry as a whole, to understand that where the consumer is going ahead, moving towards. So if it is normally done by a company, if it is done by an organization to understand the brand, it is done in the micro level with the direct competitors. So again, this thing is very much dependent on the objective. What is the objective of your study? Then the third step is that we'll create map using Excel. On x-axis, we'll take attribute 1. On y-axis, we'll take attribute 2. Perceptual mapping or the brand mapping is normally done on the bubble graph. So in bubble size, we normally take market share or sales. You can take anything. That's again dependent on the objective कि आपका purpose क्या है करने का. In this today's discussion, I have taken market share and sales itself. So this is the theoretical aspect. We have talked about 3 steps. सबसे पहले हम objective define करेंगे. Then we'll go for attributes, competitor and research part, and then we'll create Excel. Right now, let's start doing this practically. So we'll do it with the restaurant. Okay, we talk about quick serve restaurants. Our objective is to understand the consumer, right? And attributes, what we are taking, we can take value for money, we can take fun, since we go to restaurants, that to quick serve restaurants, with an intention of enjoyment, with an intention of fun, to celebrate something. So that's one of the attribute what we are taking. So if I'll do it from the brand manager's perspective, I would definitely like to know that how much enjoyment my consumer is having at my place, whether people perceives me as a place where they can have fun, they can have enjoyment, they can consider for celebrations or partying. So definitely that's one of the major attribute what a company would like to have. Further, the variety, since it is about restaurants, then number of food items, the kind of variants or different cuisines offered matters a lot. And then taste, obviously, quality could be one of the attribute. So these are the attributes what I have narrowed down. Further, the competitors, what I have taken over here is McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Subway, and KFC. Right. I have taken this since they are the one who are most prominent in Delhi NCR, where we are right now and discussing this topic. And the market research I have done, that is on primary and secondary, both the basis. So moving ahead, when we talk about primary research, there are certain questions which are normally asked. हमें सबसे पहले research करके data find करना होता है. Research कैसे करते हैं, data कैसे find करते हैं. So suppose it is about fun and enjoyment. These kind of questions could be asked to the consumers, and it can be done through Google Forms also, or any kind of questionnaire also. It could be a kind of interview also, like we are sitting one to one and I can ask you that, okay, rating do KFC ko, that do you enjoy going to KFC or not. So on the basis of your experience, your perceptions, your feeling, you can rate them. Similarly, rating to the McDonald's, Subway, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Burger King, right? I'm sure this much is clear. Are you clear about that? How we'll create data? How we'll collect data?
यस मैम. मैम ये तो डायरेक्ट भी हो सकता है ना, जैसे डोमिनोज में वो कस्टमर से डायरेक्ट भी तो जैसे सर्वे होता है ना, तो वो
बिल्कुल
हो
बिल्कुल,
सकता है.
definitely company can do that. ठीक है, if
इंटरनली होता है वो होगा.
internally भी हो सकता है, externally भी हो सकता है.
हाँ.
It could be done either ways. It could be like that I'm working in McDonald's and I have circulated a Google form to all my customers, and I have requested them to fill and submit it to me. Right. And it could be possible the way you are saying that whomsoever is coming to the McDonald's, उनको हम ये एक form दे दें और उनको हम कहें rating दें. Internally, there is a small issue, there is a minor issue that normally the responses gets biased. Why they get biased? Because I'm sitting in McDonald, a person is asking me to do this kind of survey. Being human, we can feel like कि नहीं इसको बुरा लग जाएगा, let's give them good marks. Right? So that is the perspective why companies want to do it anonymously. They don't want to declare or discuss that from which perspective or which company is taking this initiative. So that's why they prefer to do it externally. But yes, internally it can be done. Right? Further, the question could be, this is on fun and enjoyment. Second could be on variety, same kind of pattern, same kind of question, data can be collected. So the data can be collected for all the 5 attributes what we have taken for the study. Since we have a little challenge of time, I have taken only 2 attributes. We'll go for 2 attribute study. Similar thing you can perform later on also. You can use all the attributes and go for different perceptual maps and analyze and interpret that, yes, okay, this is the position of these products. So now let's start with the Excel sheet. uh, those who are having systems with them, Excel with them, they can perform it parallelly. Those who are not having, they may note down the steps. This particular recording will be sent to everybody. You can practice it later on also and note down the steps, because it will help you in later on also, when you want to do it, when you want to perform these steps, it will help you in assessing that how we have done this. I'm sure, is the Excel visible to everybody? Is the Excel sheet visible to
No,
everybody?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
No,
No,
it's
No,
not
ma'am.
ma'am.
visible.
Okay, let me share it. Okay. So this is how we'll do on the Excel. So the questions what we created, and I have taken it on the scale of 10. I have taken an assumption that 10 respondents have answered the questions. So these are the imaginary figures just to make you understand the concept. These are not the factual one. It is not something जो एक practically consumer का response है about the company. Please do not take it in that way. These are the assumed terms. Intentionally, few of the figures are taken very less. Intentionally, few of the figures are taking a little more, because only in that case we'll be able to understand the graph. So when we talk about fun and enjoyment, let's talk about KFC. There are 4 people who said that we don't have any fun at KFC. Right? It's not a place for fun and enjoyment. There are 3 people who said that not much. Then again, 2 people who said, okay, at times we have, it's not much fun place, but yes, it's okay. One person said that it's very good for the fun and enjoyment, right? They had fun at KFC. When we talk about McDonald's, somebody said, okay, they don't have fun at all, then not much. Again, 5 people said they had fun, and 5 said that they loved the place. It's very much in terms of fun and enjoyment. Similarly, Subway, Domino's, Pizza Hut. So we have taken the responses, and if we check, these are 10 responses. तो I have intentionally added an formula. जब भी आप ऐसे responses लें, तो आप हमेशा formula लगा के check कर लिया कीजिए कि आपके total count same आ रहे हैं या नहीं. जैसे मैंने ये data लिया है 10 respondents का. So अभी हम सिर्फ 10 की बात कर रहे हैं. That's why it's practically possible to count on कि okay 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. How much is this? But when we'll do it on the data of 500, 1000, or even 5000 data, it's somehow difficult to calculate. So it's advisable to go for putting up the formula. What is the formula for sum? We can directly go for auto sum also, but I normally prefer to go for manual adding of formula, because it is a little psychological part of mine. So we'll go for equal to, bracket start, select the first cell, then plus, another cell plus, third cell plus, fourth cell plus, fifth cell, bracket close, enter. So that comes to the 10. Right. Another part what I was saying is, can just insert a row and go for these selection, select a column extra, and then go for auto sum. This shortcut is given, so we can do it likewise also. Right. What you need to do further is removing this. What we need to do further is to just click on this corner, put your mouse on this corner and drag it down. The formula will be copied to all the cells. Right? Now, further we have calculated the weightage. Weightage हमने मैपिंग हम नॉर्मली करते हैं तो हम दो तरह से करते हैं. देयर आर टू डिफरेंट मेथड्स. इफ वी रियली वांट टू डू वेरी माइक्रो स्टडी, तब हम सिर्फ ये रिस्पॉन्सेस लेंगे, that how many people feel like that yes the place is having fun or enjoyment, right? But अगर आप एक balanced study करना चाहते हैं, always advisable to take weightage of data. Weightage कैसे calculate करते हैं? I'll remove this. So again we'll start equal to. Shall I go slow or is it understandable? Are you able to
Yes,
understand?
ma'am. Understand.
Yes, ma'am,
Fine.
it's okay.
So equal to bracket start. We'll select first cell. We will multiply it with the number what we have given, 1. Not at all, we have given this. The primary research is based on Likert scale. That is a 5-point scale where 5 is the extreme, positive extreme, and 1 is the least response. Right? So again, जो भी हमने इनको numbers दिए हैं, उन्हीं numbers के हिसाब से हम इनको rating देंगे. I request somebody is using a Notion, please don't do this. Okay, moving ahead. So we have done this. Plus, we will select another cell. We will multiply it with 2. Then plus, third cell. We will multiply it with 3. Again plus. Good. Multiply it with 4. It's plus again. Multiply with 5. Close. Enter. Right? So that is how we calculate weightage. 4 into 1 plus 3 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 1 into 4 plus 0 into 5, and the result is there. Right? Again, we will put our mouse on the corner, we'll drag it down, and the formula will be copied. Right? Similarly, we have done this for variety also. We got certain responses and we have calculated weightage. I'll again repeat this step for better understanding. So equal to bracket starts 7 into 1 plus 0 into 2 plus 0, that's again average, cell 3 into 3 plus cell 4 into 4 plus cell 5 into 5, enter, and we will drag it down. So here we are having data, primary data, that is of 10 respondents, and we have weightage of the whole data, right? The minimum score for this will be 10 respondents, they can respond to 10. Like अगर सबने हर factor पे एक एक response दिया, minimum option is 1 with us. So 10 respondents है. अगर 10 लोगों ने हर चीज पे 1 response किया, तो minimum score आएगा 10 into 1. And maximum what they can give is 5. So 10 into 5, 50. That's the minimum score and the maximum score. Is it clear? That how this is 10 and 50? That's the minimum range and the maximum range. Right? So 10 into 1, because 1 से कम score हम दे नहीं सकते, ठीक है? And 5, क्योंकि 5 से ज़्यादा हम दे नहीं सकते. Please do not confuse it with the numbers mentioned over here. These are 0. That means none of the respondents said that they don't like it, they're not much liking or neutral. Right? It is about number of respondents. What they can give is 1 to 5 scoring. Right? So then third aspect, in the bubble size, I have taken market share, which I have taken from the secondary data, which I have taken from a study. Again, this is used just for an example. The data is fictitious. The data is not real data. and it is just created for this MDP purpose only. The original opinion of the people may vary from the what we have shown on the screen, right? So this much is clear to everybody. May we go to step 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So let's proceed to step 2. This particular, okay, let me show you the graph first. So this is how the graph will be created. This is how we create brand mapping or perceptual mapping. Whenever you will see a map, brand map, it will be like this only. So in step 2, what we'll do, we'll create a cross tabulation of the attributes what we have taken. Okay. So on x axis we have taken variety. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमने कौन सा स्कोर लिया है जो स्टेप 1 में हमारी वेटेज आई थी, right? So this particular is copied there. Now we will again control C, step 2 में जाके हम इसको पेस्ट करेंगे. नॉर्मली हम जब भी ऐसे पेस्ट करेंगे दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स विल कम, क्योंकि हमने वहां पे फॉर्मूला ऐड किया हुआ है. सो व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इज वी नीड टू क्लिक ऑन दिस कंट्रोल एंड वी विल गो फॉर पेस्ट वैल्यूज. Rather than formula, we'll go for pasting values. Similarly, we'll go to fun and enjoyment. We'll copy it. We will paste it. And again, it's values, right? So on x-axis, we have taken variety. On y-axis, we have taken fun. Fine. And then bubble size, that is the market share. This is the percentage what we have taken. So I'm again and again repeating this. These figures are not real. These are just the examples. Fine. So we are ready with our cross tabulation. We have taken all the 6 players. We have taken x-axis, we have taken y-axis, and we have taken the secondary data for bubble size. Now let's come to the graph preparation, right? So now what we will do is we will, okay, let me delete it. Fine. So we have this particular figure with us. What we'll do is we will click on the insert, right? In insert, you will have bubble chart option from 2 sides. Please इसको आप ध्यान से देखिएगा. If you will click on this, you will get this kind of message, right? कि आपको पहले data select करना होगा and then you can insert the graph. Another option is that this particular graph you can see, you can just click on this more options. You can select on the bubble and take it. ठीक है. Another way of doing this is कि हम direct data select करें और हम सीधा insert पे जाके ग्राफ कर लें, जो हम नॉर्मल केसेस में करते हैं, बट उससे हमारा ग्राफ गलत आएगा. सो वी कैन सी दिस, right? हमारा fun or that practical aspect is not coming. Normally there are chances of mistakes in this particular graph, so it is always better to insert it like this. And now click on the graph, go for right click, click on the option select data, right? I'm sure it is visible to everybody that the select data is given. Please click on this select data. We'll have a tab like this, right? So in this we need to click on this add. Again there is an option कि हम यहाँ पे जाके पूरा graph select कर सकते हैं, but that's not advisable. Go for one-on-one. Here the series name is coming. We will select brand in series name. So the first what we need to select is KFC. Done. Series X, we'll take X value of KFC. In Y, we will take Y value of KFC. And in bubble size, we will select the market share. There's an error. Okay, sorry. So we have not removed this one. We will take the bubble size again. Okay. So KFC is added. Now again, we will add another option. That's X value of McDonald's. Then Y value. Then market share. Likewise, we'll repeat this step for all the 6 options. So now we'll do it for Domino's. Then next for Pizza Hut. Okay. Last, it's Burger King. Okay. So we have all the data with us. We'll click on OK and we'll have data like this, right? So this much is clear. Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So the next step, what we'll do is we'll click on this plus sign, right? After clicking on this plus sign, we will click on the Access part. We'll go for the more options, right? Here we can see this particular window. In this, in minimum, we'll give the value 0. Maximum, we will give the value 50. Since our maximum value was 50, we can even go for 10, but it's always advisable to start graph from 0, right? Units will come automatically, right? Next, come to the excess value, right? Excess value may, what we'll do, we'll enter 25. Why we want to enter 25 over here? Because it is a mid range of 50, right? Further, click on the labels. We don't want any label, so we are clicking on none, right? So we are done with this step. This we have done for the horizontal. Now in this excess option on the top, you can see this arrow. Go for the vertical value axis. Again, we'll repeat the step. In minimum value, we'll enter 10. In maximum, we'll enter 50. Units will be taken automatically. Excess value will be taken 25. Labels, again, we will click on the none. Right? Just a second. Okay, that's done from our side for the graph part. Next, what we need to do is we will again click on this plus and we will click on the grid lines. We don't want grid lines, we want our graph to be blank, right? Further, we want the title of the chart. So we'll click on the chart title. Here we can write brand mapping. Right? We can give font as per our choice. We can give font size again, like normally we do to the content, whatever the content is there, right? Further, what we want to give names to these bubbles also. We will click on this bubble. We'll click on the data labels. We will click on the arrow given in front. We'll go for the more options, right? In more options, here you can see Y value is checked. We will uncheck the Y value and we'll click on the series name, right? So you can see that MACD is written over here. Again, we'll select the second bubble. We'll go to plus. We'll go to data labels, arrow. More options. Select the series Y value. We'll do the same step for all the bubbles. Again, data labels, more options, series name, data labels, more options, series name, Y values. And the last, we'll have data labels again, more options, series name, Y values. So now we can see our graph, right? So we have our brand mapping in front of us. But yes, we want to understand that which particular aspect X, Y axis, how it is being measured. We will further go for formatting. Select the lines which are darker ones. Right? And then we can select the graph, go for formatting, insert a text box. Sorry. So here we will write less fun, or let's write it's boring. Okay. Fun and enjoyable. Similarly, we can have again one more text box. We can high variety. Last box will insert less variety. So here we have our graph. We can go for further, effects part. Like you can go to the format. You can select any color to be filled. You can just, go for plain also. So you can, give as much colors and the presentation the way you want. Even these can be done in 3D ways. You can go for a black one. Likewise, so we have sufficient options. So if we are presenting our brand positioning in company, in any conference or seminar, giving a brand mapping graph is always a good idea. It is always something which is impressive and which is clearly interpretable, that what exactly the position is, right? And then the important aspect comes, that is about the interpretation or analysis of the same. So for that, I'll go back to the PPT. I hope the PPT is clear, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So any questions related to Excel? Any thing which the step which is not clear or you want me to repeat? I understand that part, that yes, once you will not do on your own, आपको बहुत ज़्यादा confusions रहेंगे. Excel is like that only. जब तक खुद अपने हाथ से नहीं करेंगे आपको समझ नहीं आएगा कि exactly कैसा हुआ है. And for the same purpose, recording will be shared with you so that you can observe the steps later on and practically you can do all those things. आप practice कर सकते हैं बाद में. So analysis and interpretation, that is on the fun aspect, on the variety aspect and market share aspect. So we can interpret that McDonald is the one which offers maximum variety and which offers maximum fun, and Domino's again, that's another option which are usually enjoyed by people. They enjoy in terms of variety also, they enjoy in terms of fun also. And then again, Subway needs to improve on the fun part and variety part, both the parts. And same with the KFC. So similar interpretations can be done for the brands after observing this particular mapping part. So now we have taken it only on two variables. You can take rest of the variables also, like value for money could be one of the variable. कि आप value for money or variety की brand mapping कीजिए, that will be a wonderful study. And normally when we go for industry presentation or brand presentation, we usually go for 4 5 brand map graphs and clearly depict that, okay, in comparison to the value for money and variety, we are here in comparison to our competitors. Now over here we can see, that's a thing, that's a beauty of this particular map. Normally हमें क्या लगता है, मैकडोनल्ड का सबसे बड़ा कॉम्पिटिटर कौन होगा? The one who's offering burgers, right? But as per this particular graph, it shows that McDonald का सबसे बड़ा competitor जो है Domino's है, which is a substitute, which is not a direct competitor. So if person is going out for fun, for enjoyment, for variety with family or with friends, so they are looking for some place जहाँ पे उनको enjoyment मिले, जहाँ उनको अच्छा खाना, healthy और quality mile, where they can be assured about that yes, the food will be good. So in that case, if they want to go for burgers and all, they can go to McD, or else they can go to Domino's. So similar kind of studies give you a clear interpretation that it's not like that the one who's offering the same product range could be a competitor to you. Any substitute can also come up as a strong competitor to the company. And similar kind of study helps us in identifying कि, okay, this is the situation. So normally when I you know did this earlier, so I got a question that this can be done through Excel also. हम यही काम एक्सेल में भी कर सकते हैं. हमें मैप क्यों बनाना है? हमने क्रॉस टैब बनाई, इट वाज क्लियर फ्रॉम दैट आल्सो. बट जब हम एक्सेल बना रहे हैं तो उसकी इंटरप्रिटेशन और ग्राफ की इंटरप्रिटेशन दोनों में डिफरेंस आता है. इट इज मोर क्लियर, इट इज गिविंग अ क्लियर इंटरप्रिटेशन. हमारी एग्जैक्ट पोजीशन क्या है जो हम ग्राफ से समझा सकते हैं, वो हम टेबुलर डेटा से नहीं समझा सकते. सो इन दैट मैनर इट्स अ हैंड्स ऑन टू द normal way of giving the graphical or tabular or cross tab presentations, right? Excel is just a basic tool to do these kind of studies. There are many other tools जिस पे हम similar studies कर सकते हैं, right? Any questions related to it? Okay, so moving ahead, what we can do with these kind of analysis and interpretation, we can prepare strategies. We can strategize in terms of competitors. We can understand our competitive position, and we can understand that where exactly we are and where we want to be and how to, improve our position in terms of competition. Second, we can strategize for ourselves. वी कैन गो फॉर सेल्फ असेसमेंट कि हम अपनी पर्सनालिटी के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं. लाइक इट माइट बी पॉसिबल कि पिज्जा हट को ये लगता हो दैट आई एम अ फन प्लेस, people loves to come to my place and they enjoy over here, but the graph shows something else, right? So that is a ground reality, what we discussed in step 1, objective 1, that it gives us the ground reality, it gives us the real time check. So again, after getting this real time check, we can go for strategizing on self part also. that अगर हम fun loving या हम अगर enjoyable place बनना चाहते हैं तो what more we should do. Maybe we can change our interiors, we can have more of pictures which are lively, which are beautiful, the colors should be according to it, or the place can be more for youth, after understanding the segment or the family part कि हाँ हमारे प्लेस पे फैमिलीज आती हैं, यूथ आता है, सो अकॉर्डिंगली एक सिंपल इंटीरियर चेंज करना, अपनी promotional strategies change करना could be a solution to it. So we can strategize for the solution only once we know the problem, और problem हम इस ग्राफ से रिफ्लेक्ट कर सकते हैं, right? In case जैसे MACD है, they are coming like one of the place which offers maximum variety and which are somehow loved by people also, right? So in similar case, we can just strategize for maintaining that position. We can strategize for not losing that position. Fine. Further, we can identify the noisy areas and the white spaces. Noisy areas are the areas जो कुछ indicate कर रहे हैं a kind of risky position, a kind of risky place, what we are doing, which is wrong, which is going wrong, and we should not do it. Right? That can be a noisy area for us. White spaces, something which is blank, we can get into it. Clear areas जहां कोई competition नहीं है, and hot zone जहां पे maximum scope है in terms of profitability. So these kind of strategies we can do in terms of expansion or discontinuing some practice what we are doing. So map helps us in identifying it, right? In terms of, just now we discussed in terms of McDonald's. Maybe McDonald's अपने आप को assume करता हो that yes, it is the most fun place. But if we can see graph, it is not here in the corner. It's still not the most fun loving. It is good in comparison to others, but the bubble could be here also on the extreme corner. Right? So did you get what I'm trying to make you understand? That in comparison to the other, MACD is leading, but still there is a scope for the growth to become the most fun place, right? And now for these kind of interpretation, that why this is not a fun place, further studies can be done, or even other kind of variable or attribute studies can give the result that it might be possible that the coverage of McDonald's is not that much, right? It should be more number of McDonald's. Na- in terms of number of outlets, it's still less. Maybe people are looking for a place near to their place जहाँ पे वो enjoy कर सके, entertain कर सके. Maybe for their definition of fun and enjoyment is not going through much of the traffic, not having hustles of parking. कोई भी एक micro element पे impact कर सकता है. So further studies can help in finding out that how these white spaces can be occupied, right? Uh, any questions now? So we are done with understanding what brand positioning is. We are done with understanding that how to create it on Excel. We are done with the analysis and interpretation part, and further what kind of strategies can be prepared in the brand mapping.
Ma'am, can we map more than two variables on a single map?
No, because it always have to be X or Y axis. So we can prepare multiple maps for the variables, like we have done for variety, we have done for this fun. We can similarly do for value for money and variety. We can do for location and fun, right? We can prepare multiple number of maps, but for a single map, there has to be two variables, two attributes. Yeah, Sushmita? Question,
Ma'am,
please.
brand mapping happen in every stage.
Sorry.
मैम ब्रांड मैपिंग हर स्टेज पे हो सकता है जैसे जब
Exactly.
वो
Yes. The concept is applicable to all kind of products, all range of services, and at any point of time. Like in objective also we talked about that if we are on an introductory stage, हमने नया product launch किया है, then also we can go for brand mapping. In case we are on the growth part, then also we can try to understand our exact positioning, maturity, decline, so all the parts, all the aspects can be covered in this. It's a universal concept which can be applied at any stage. Any other questions? Okay, so I'll take it that all the doubts are clear.
यस मैम
Okay, so thank you all for participating, for patiently listening, and for being wonderful and very disciplined audience. And at the end of the session, I further express my gratitude to our visionary president, Mr. Manohar Therani, the versatile and dynamic group director, Dr. Vandana Arora Sethi, our guiding light of our B schools, our director, Dr. Bhupendra Kumar Som, and all the faculty members for providing this opportunity and platform to share the little knowledge of mine with you all. I always believe that whatever we learn, if we share it, it will further multiply, and such kind of sessions helps us in providing similar opportunities. There is a further request to you all that you all will be getting a feedback form through mail. Kindly respond to them. That form is required for generating e-certificates also. So request you to please respond on the feedback forms. You will be getting them over mail immediately after the session. Right. So you can further contact me on the given ID, kriti.gulati at lloydbusinessschool.edu.in. I'll be really happy to have your questions. So that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you from my side.